Hey, welcome back guys, it's Patrick here, bringing you guys day 3 of my experience at the Apollo Space Academy. So this was one of the biggest days of the whole entire trip. We had the assault course in the morning, and then during the day, we had the air combat training, which was absolutely insane. But you can see the assault course here, it really doesn't do justice, but we had a rock wall, a zip line, push-ups, curl-ups, shooting Nerf guns, all this crazy stuff. But let's go ahead and check my climb up the rock wall.
Ready? There we go, one at a time. Take your time, find that foothold. There you go, find it, find the foothold. There you go. Grab and reach, don't lose it. Grab and reach.
So after the rock wall, I was in second place out of 4 people, but I made sure I stepped it up. I did really well on the hurdles, I did really well on the push-ups and the curl-ups, and then we got to these tubes, and I'm like 6'3", and these tubes are so tiny, and the guy I was going up against was like 5'6", 5'7", so he burned me on the tubes, and he ended up beating me by like 2 seconds. So overall, I got second place out of 4 people, but for my overall time, I think I was in the top 10 out of the 100 people who participated, so I think I did really well overall. You can see me here, I had a bunch of dirt, I had my camera on me, it was pretty nasty, but I really didn't have too much time because we had to leave to air combat training literally 30 minutes after we finished up. So you can see here, I'm walking in the hangar. We had a couple of the different pilots on the left-hand side, we had a couple of the different space guys on the right-hand side, and then you can see the plane that we actually had the chance to fly. It was absolutely amazing. You can see one of my buddies here, he's getting ready to take off, and I was in the 3rd overall group. And before you know it, it was my turn to go. I think I tweeted this picture or put it on Instagram, but I took a selfie upon takeoff. I was ready to ride. I was getting a little bit nervous, but I think I was just so excited that I felt I was nervous. But I had my pilot Vifa with me. He showed me a bunch of the controls, and before you knew it, we were taking off into the skies. We had a really cool view over Orlando. Obviously a ton of water everywhere, but way more than I expected. Just like in people's, there's like pools in everyone's backyards. There's lakes in everyone's backyards. But we got to fly around a little bit. We probably flied like 15 minutes out, and I actually had the chance to fly it, so you can see me there. I was holding onto it really lightly, but he let me like turn left, he let me turn right. But pretty much how the air combat training went is they were trying to see if you could sustain through the G's that you'd feel if you went to space. So Vifa told me that we were going to be going straight up at 90 degrees. We were going to feel like 4 G's, and then he's going to put us in a really tight circle, and you have to squeeze your arms, squeeze your legs, and hold on for dear life. And if I felt good after that, we were going to do a loop. So overall, I was really psyched for that, and you guys will just have to see what happens. So you can see on the left, I actually had one of my buddies fly with me. I think his name was Jose, really cool guy. And then right before we did our tricks, we took a selfie. So go ahead and check it out, and let me know what you think. So obviously that was absolutely insane, and it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. I seriously can't tell you guys how cool it was. Like, looking back on it right now, I still laugh when I watch it because it was so crazy, and I definitely wouldn't trade it for the world. And I hope I get to do it again one day because it was so cool. But after that, I was ready to do more. I didn't get sick, but he said we had to go land and let some other people try it out. So we headed back to base, and then we took a bus back to the main camp to listen to some astronauts speak. So we actually had Too Tall and Too Short. That was their astronaut names for obvious reasons. They gave us a cool speech on space. They talked to us about their experiences and their missions, but we did learn some unfortunate news. We were supposed to do the zero gravity experience the next day, and what the zero gravity experience is you take a plane like up to 24,000 feet, and you do like a bunch of parabolas, which means you go up and down over and over, and it lets you feel weightlessness. Well, unfortunately, a group had gone while we were at the air combat training, and when they were flying up, a bird got sucked into the engine, and it made it so the plane was unflyable. Luckily, they got back safely. They said it really wasn't a big deal, but all of us were really disappointed when we found out the news, and it looked like we weren't going to be able to do the zero gravity experience. Well, that wrapped it up for day 3. On day 4, since we didn't do the 0G, we actually had a different project. We were to build a rocket, as well as we learned who the lucky winners were to go to space. So I definitely recommend that you guys stay tuned. It's a really awesome video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.